Typical. The day I go to a car auction and I've only got room for 2 cars, they're all bloody cheap. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and you join me today as we're off to the auction. Another auction visit planned, this time we're back at Aston, Barclay, Heath. We've got over 160 cars in stock today, so it's a big sale just after a couple of bits today. So we're going to have a look round in a minute, get a catalogue, and hopefully try and win some cars. We're going to do a bit of filming of some other stuff today as well, so we're going to have a look at some newer stuff as well. But we're going to have a good day, hopefully. Sun's out, it's looking nice, so let's get ourselves in there in a sec, get registered, and start looking round the stock. But just before we do that, there's a quick message from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Vehicle Score. Now, Vehicle Score is a vehicle check service with a difference. It's a completely free service to use, guys. You don't need an account to do it. You can just go straight onto the Vehicle Score website and get cracking to get your free score. How does it work? Well, let me show you. I'm going to look at a Citroen C1 that I found here on Auto Trader to use as a demo. So we're going to type that registration into the system now. Type that in, and we're going to get our own vehicle report. Now, this is actually based on sort of 1 to 999, like a credit score, and we've got a very low score here of 54, which means we've got a few problems here. It's picked up in the algorithm some issues, probably with the MOT. The average score for a Citroen C1 of this year is 451, so obviously we've got something seriously going wrong here. Now, if we scroll down, we can see lots of other free information that you get in the free check. Like I said, this is completely free. We've got information on the miles per gallon. We've got information on the previous history of the car, for the mileage from previous years. We've got an estimated value as well. So that's really handy. We've also got an estimated lifespan. So that's taking data of other C1s when they've been scrapped to give you a rough idea of an average lifespan of the car. Now, we get down to the MOT history here. We can see and why it scored so low. Now, the issue we've got here is a few MOT fails. This is what's contributed to the low score, and we've had a couple of fails this year. Now, if we click onto these fails, we can actually see what's going on here. Oh, we've got loads of issues here. We've got a load of advisories, but we've also got a lot of fails, loads of corrosion fails, guys. We've got lots of fails on seatbelt anchorages. We've got fails on suspension points and mounting points. There's a lot of issues going on here. Problems with the brakes as well, bulbs of all sorts going wrong with this car. And also, we look further on as well, 2 months later, it's been in for MOT again. Now, some of these issues may have been rectified, but we've also got issues with brake pipes that have failed, parking brakes not working. It's just all fed into the score, and that's why it's scored so low, because it's feeding that information in to give you the best possible information to make an informed decision of when buying the car. Now, it's not just for buyers, guys, it's also for sellers. So if you've got your car and you're looking to sell it, put your registration into the system and get your score. And if your score's good, if you want to show it off, you can do that for free by simply uploading your picture to the website vehiclescore.co.uk, and they will emboss it for you. Like I said, it shows off your score. It gives increases trust as well to people looking to buy the car, and you'll stand out from the crowd. And they also offer their salvage reports as well. They've got a basic salvage report and the ultimate report. The basic salvage report covers you for stolen checks and also covers you for unrecorded write-offs. Unrecorded write-offs are really common these days, guys. Lots of cars are slipping through the net and not going through the insurance companies, and are being bought back through salvage auctions, being fixed up and being sold to the general public. And obviously, you wouldn't want to pay top money for a car that's been politically damaged and been repaired by someone, because obviously, if it'd been for an insurance company, it'd been written off. You wouldn't pay top money for a Cat D or Cat N car or Cat S car. So why would you pay top money for a car that's been unrecorded and been repaired? Well, this actually searches that database and will find the car you're looking at has ever been through a salvage auction. Then you've got the ultimate report. That's a bit more comprehensive. That's also looking at general finance checks as well, so HP, logbook loans as well, insurance write-offs as well, covering the general database or the VCAR register. Less than £9, really competitive price. Check it out, guys. We've got a promo code for it. It's CarUK15. Type that in and you'll get 15% off either of those 2 reports. Like I said, the basic vehicle service is free, so you can get your own score for nothing. Doesn't cost you a penny. Just get yourself over to vehiclescore.co.uk. Give them a try, guys. It's completely free. You don't need to register, so check them out. Right, got catalogue. We're in. First out the bat, lot number 1. Little Fiesta. 08 plate. 1.4 petrol. Little 3-door. Green report. Good start. Doesn't look too bad. A little bit of lack of peel on the front. Not a bad car, that. I like these old last of the old shape Fiestas. They just always sell well. Popular. Don't give too many problems. That's a nice thing. Usually the seat handles are always falling off them, and usually these strips are missing. That is quite a nice car. First one in as well. Be interesting to see what that does. First car can always be a nervous car for people buying. People aren't quite with it, they're not got in the rhythm. I used to find when I was an auctioneer, I was selling cars, that the first few cars were a nightmare to get rid of. But then once you got them the first couple sold, it all seemed to flow quite nicely. Anyway, definitely marking that one down, be interested in that. Booking 580 to 860 sort of average. It probably is just about average, going bordering cleanish. We'll see. Peugeot, little 206, 5-door, nice colour, 1.4 petrol, 2006. It could have the older engine in, i.e. not the later engine that was in Minis and stuff, which I'm not a fan of. Vehicle operation got a marker down on it, so we've got something wrong there. Might be a clutch, maybe high, who knows, we'll have to see. Once it goes through, we'll have a listen to it, see what it's doing, try and ask the driver what the clutch is like. But it's quite clean. I do like a 207. That is a nice colour. 88 thou on it as well, good mileage for an old car. We're booking it, well, below average 250. I'd probably say it's about average, it's about 410. But sort of 400-500 quid level, that's worth a punt. Vauxhall Mariva. These are quirky things. 1.7 diesel, 3 former keepers. Got a decent report on it. Pretty straight this side. I'm not a fan of these, if I'm honest with you. A mate of mine sells a lot of these, but I'm just not a fan of them. Suicide doors, they open that way. Not quite sure where that idea come from. It just causes loads of faults with the doors, that's the problem, but it's my experience of them. Scratch down there. Looking at about 800 quid. I'm not a fan of these, if I'm honest, but if it was cheap enough, you never know. Real 206, lot number 4. This is a clean one. This is only done 46,000 miles, one owner from new. What a clean thing this is. 5-door as well. I like the 206. I'd say the 206 was probably the last decent car Peugeot made. Saying that though, we've got a bit of peel going on the bonnet there. Got a bit of peel going on the old boot lid there, which is strange. Never seen that before, one of these. But that's not really too much to worry about. Get the boot lid painted, or it'll be easy enough to do. Well, it's a bit low on the mileage, to be honest. That's going to do silly money, I would imagine. It's booking at 760 quid because of the mileage. But you never know. But I doubt I'm going to win that, to be honest. But we'll see what it does. Focus, Glen Lake Focus Estate, 1.6 petrol, in Doom Blue, 130 thou, 1 former keeper though, green report. How you doing? Bit of tape going on there, like a repair I would make. Joe bar, watch your knees. It's a little bit scruffy, but that's the sort of thing that sells. That's right money. I mean, when we're booking at here, we're booking at, it's bad to say it's below average, it's 760 quid it's booking at, and it is, but it is 11 plate. So, I mean, if that's anywhere near that sort of money, I mean, I expect it to be slightly less than that, to be honest. I don't know, maybe it's just been a bit tight on it, but I mean, I wouldn't really want to be paying more than sort of a 950 quid out the door for that with the fees. So you're going to have to be sort of £600-700 territory. It's just a little bit scruffy, but it will sell. Everyone wants an estate car, especially a petrol one at the moment. Let's see what that one does. Look at this old girl, 53. Corolla, 1.6 VVTS, sorry, 1.6 VVTI, 111 thou. Bought a few of these in my time. Bit of paint there needed. The manual, here's a manual. Didn't think any of these were left. Not really my cup of tea. But if it was a couple £100, you'd have a go, wouldn't you? Another Fiesta, C-Tech S. 1.6, 77,000. In black, 3-door. Look at them wheels, they're sick. Wheels probably worth more than the car. Got a fancy gear knob in there. It's a shame actually, because although them wheels are nice, they're not original. But saying that, would you really put this away as a car to store away? I don't think this is a prime example of one. It's not terrible, but it's not mint. But it is a decent car. It looks clean anyway. It's clean enough to sell. Ain't one going to put in a barn though. Looking at £500. I think that's cheap for a Z-Tech S. Aston 1.6 petrol SXI with 66,000 miles, which is low for an old 56 plate Astra, and it looks pretty clean. You see, this is the sort of stuff I like buying. I like these Astra H's, particularly 1.6 petrols. I know some people slate box those, but the 1.6 petrols isn't that bad, and they're cheap to fix. That's clean, but the problem is it's 66,000, so again it's not going to be the right money. See, to me, I'd rather have 90,000 miles on, because I know it'd be like £500, and then that just gives it better margin. When it's on 66,000, which just pushes the price up, it's going to be like probably £1,000 out the door, which means you're going to be getting tyre prepped it all. It's going to be a 1995 car, which without mileage on it is, but it's just easier sometimes just to get rid of a 100,000 mile Astra for £1,500, what you paid £500 for, than it is to try and get a bit more for one that's low mileage. Some people just don't really care on mileage when it comes to this sort of level, within reason obviously. But we'll have a go, you never know, it could be cheap. This won't be cheap though. Look at this bad boy. Big Porsche, made Cayenne. I like this shape Cayenne. I was never a fan of the first Mark Cayenne we did, because it just looked too Volkswagen-y to me, that Touareg based. You can just tell it was a Volkswagen. Now, this just looks a bit different. This is a proper bus. Beautiful. Although, let's be honest, it's not going to be on our radar today, but we'll see what it does. Get your bets in now, what do you think that's going to do? To give you an idea, it's booking at 19 grandish mark. A lot of car for 19 grand, that. Now here's a car that I like a lot, Seat Leon. It's a nice colour as well. I mean, it's saying it's got a few little marks on it, some chips there, which is a shame. Got a little bit of lack appeal going on. I think it's a 1.9 diesel this. He did these 1.9, he also did late ones with 2 litre diesels as well. My wife had one of these years ago. In fact, it saved her life. She had a crash in one. Blimey, this had a bit of damage. She had a crash in one, and yeah, the engine sort of literally just fell out of it and everything. It was horrendous. Someone pulled out on her. It wasn't her fault, and yeah, she was lucky to be alive. But it's thanks to Leon really, because there was nothing left of the front end. The entire engine and box just fell out of it. Probably what took most of the impact. So I'm a fan of a Seat Leon, because they're obviously a safe car, especially with the speed she was going. Jesus. Nice Jag and E-Pace. Done 44, one owner from new. 200 brake edition, aerodynamic. Proper car. Nice colour that. It's got like a whitey grey. I like it. Wife likes these as well. In fact, she mentioned one the other day. She said, "Oh, I saw one of these Jags the other day. An E-Pace. Yeah, an E-Pace. I like one of them." "Oh, would you?" "Yeah, you better hope you get a pay rise then, love, because you ain't having one." Especially at 21 grand, not a chance. A lot of car though in it for that. 20 grand, that's a nice thing. We'll see what it does. This old girl here, old C-Class, 46,000 miles. 1.8 petrols with the supercharged C180K. One former keeper. Look at it. What a handsome old beast that is. Plates are off it, so it's obviously had private plates on it. A few little marks there actually, it's a shame. Just starting to go at the bottom of the arch, where the quarter meets as well. There's the arch lock, there's the quarter. But 46,000 miles is a little bit scruffier than I'd expected to have been. I mean, that's going there as well. But what a shame, because that mileage, that potentially could make a car, but you'd have to spend a lot of money on painting it. But, interesting. I'm going to see what that does. You never know. Here's one for you. Land Rover. Freelander, but with a difference. It's a commercial one, so it's like a van. Commercial TD4. 154 up it. Got a dashboard warning marker on it. What that's for? 2 former keepers. No VAT. Like it says, no VAT. I suspect this will do good money. I mean, as a van, it's not really practical. Someone's got a bit of a small holding or a farm or something, wants something just to tow things with or just muck about with. He'll do a job on it. And it's clean actually. Get out there, the old sticker. Land Rover special vehicles. Few modifications. Roof bar on there, go shooting. Get yourself perched on there. Try to find yourself some road here. We'll see what that does. We've not got a price on it, so we can't tell you what it's going to do. I suspect more than £1,000. Look at this bad boy here. Left hooker as well. AL78. I suspect that plate isn't coming with it. No, it's on an X brake. I always like these G400s. They're just like a Mert version of a Defender, but will drive a bit better. Proper thing, these. Left hooker though, so I'm not interested in a left hooker. Not that I'm really going to buy something like this. So this is a bit beyond me, to be honest. Wouldn't know what to do with something like that. It's a proper Shakes car, that, isn't it? Another Fiesta. Lot 79. Done a 113, this one. 2 former keepers. Got a decent report on it. 1.4 petrol. 5-door. This is a bit of me. A little bit of damage though, unfortunately. We're scuffed here. We had a tape job repair on the bumper, so we'd have to see what that's like underneath there. Might be looking at a bumper potentially, or if not, a repair. Wing's battered, so we're going to need a new wing. But it's the Fiesta in black, 10 a penny. We can surely sort of wing out. We've got a bit of a bodge repair going on here. Someone's painted, it's just awful. So we're at a wing and a quarter arch at the moment, and a bumper tidy up. But if the price reflects it, the damage, then we could be buying it. Saying that, oh blimey, it gets worse, look. That is a hell of a ding there. Oh, welded the bottom as well, plate there. Second thoughts, guys, is looking a bit more ugly than I thought. I'm not convinced about this. It'll have to be very cheap for me to try and buy that. Number 207 in red, automatic. Booking at 500 to 800 quid. I suspect that'll do more. Autos at the moment are like hen's teeth, especially a good one. Now, I'm not suggesting that the Peugeot 207 was a good automatic, but it has got a clean health report on it, so it's probably likely that someone's going to have a gamble at this, because if it runs right, you'll get some good money for that, because you just can't buy autos at the moment. There's just such and such demand. There's not a big supply of them anyway, and with this inflated market, they're just doing Brewsters, which means a lot of money. If that does 500 or 600 quid, I'd eat my hat. It's not going to do that. It's going to do a lot more than that. And if it doesn't, we'll be buying it. But wouldn't hold your breath. Old C3, battered in wing, 1.6 petrol, is an auto. So we'll do Brewster's because it's an automatic. Grill wants replacing or painting. It's all the lacquer's come off it. Got a dent on the wing on the opposite side. Done 40 thou. Door's quite badly dented, and you can see it from there. It's quite dented, that. 40 thou again, it's a scruffy car for 40 thou. Like inside. No, not bad inside. Wants a wing. Grill sorting. One of the doors improving. But it'd be too much money. It's an auto, low mileage. It's just going to do silly money. People will throw money at that to make it right. It's just got such good resale value on it. But we'll check it out. Look at this. This is a rare sight. A BMW 3 Series Compact. Now, I'm not a massive BMW lover. I like a 7 Series, just because I'm getting old and my back's going. I like a 6 Series because they're just different compared to most BMs. But I'm not a great lover of 3 Series and 5 Series and 1 Series, because most of them that I drive every day are boring 2 litre diesels or 1.9 petrols and stuff. And they're just boring. They're not quick. They're not entertaining. They're just not very good. So really, the only decent BMs they make are like the M Series and, like I said, a 7 Series or a 6 Series. That's really the only things that I sort of enjoy. But I'll make an exception for the 3 Series Compact. I don't know why. It just works well with a tailgate. It's a TI model. It's a private entry, which is a bit worrying, because you don't get many private entries these days. Although the man has kindly left a couple of tyres in there, Continentals as well, with some half decent tread on it. So he's done us a favour, but it is clean. It's looking about 400 to 700 quid. I'd have a go at that, but it just worries me being a private entry. Could be a completely honest entry. You know, I've had loads of private entries put in my auction years ago, and lots of good cars went through. But you just always have that doubt as thinking, what's wrong with this car? They do suffer with egg gasket issues and overheating on these. They were quite common. That always at the back of your mind worrying. But if it's 400 or 500 quid, doesn't matter, because it's well worth that. You can get out of it at that sort of money, even if it is a disaster. Because if that makes a car, or you can make that into a car, that's a nice thing, that. And I mean, that's got to be a couple of grand's worth, surely. You don't see many of these anymore. We'll have a look and see what that does. Last car of the sale as well. There might be no one left. We might pick up a bargain, who knows. Right, so we've had a look round. We've earmarked a few cars off. Got the catalogue registered. Got my breakfast voucher, that's the most important thing. What's today going to be like? What are we after? Well, I'm not after a great deal at the moment, to be honest with you guys, because I've got a lot of cars that I'm still getting ready. I've not got a lot of room, so I've got to be careful how many I buy. And I've still got stuff I need to fix and carry on with as well, and pick up and stuff, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful today what I'm buying. I ideally just want a nice Fiesta, maybe that Focus I'd be interested in, just something like that, just one go away with today. Hopefully not start putting my hand up and bidding too much and buying too many cars, because that will just create more problems and we'll have to find more space. And space is at a premium at the moment. But hopefully soon that'll be rectified, because we have got some new premises we're taking on. We're about to hopefully sign the deal on that very soon, so we can get ourselves to more cars, more auction trips, more purchases, more videos. So yeah, that's hopefully coming soon. But at the moment I'm in this bit of a limbo situation where I'm sort of migrating from one business to another, and it's yeah, it's all up in the air. But I'm going to do a video on that another day, because that's not what we're about today. We're here today to look around the cars, try and buy some stuff, and just have a nice day. I do enjoy coming to the auctions, just a bit different. Get out of the garages, get out of doing MOTs, underneath cars and all the stress of it. It's just relaxing. We're going to get ourselves in position today. We're going to film some other bits as well. I know you guys have been interested in me filming some other stuff. I mean, to be honest, guys, for guys of you who are new to the channel, don't watch, have not seen my videos before, I buy stuff that I've seen sort of a few £100s to a few grand. I'm sort of selling cars 1 to 3 grand. That's my sort of tackle, to be honest. So, you know, I'm not here buying 10, 20 grand cars. That's not what I do. So obviously people go, oh, he only buys bangers, he only buys old cars. Yeah, because that's what I do. I buy old cars. And that's not what I buy and not what I'm about. So, but I am interested in that sort of stuff. You're interested in that sort of stuff. We'll see some dearer tackle go through, see what it does. Interesting to see what they do. I can give you some prices as well from the guy to see what their comparables are. So hopefully we can get some bargains today. Let's have a look, get ourselves in position, and try and win some cars. Let's get ourselves in the auction hall.
Cheers to all of our person at 90 person is airway planning never giving us from the season blue. Right, regional miles, regional history. Nice little blue car. So we will get £600. That's £600 a bit never against it, never against 6, 7 a bit, 8 bid, 9 bid, £1,000, £1,000. That is outside. £1,000 never a bit, never now. Digging 50s now if you want, we've got to sell it. £1,000 never a bit, never £1,000 once. And twice at £1,050. New money at the death. I do apologise, mate. £1,050 bid. We're out. Says there one slice.
Good morning, everyone. And the next one, on the tools of the petrol. It's the S88 comes on the top of the side of talking about the bed, talking about 3, 20 about the bed 4, 40 about the ball, 50, 70 about it, and 40 about the ball, 30 about the rocks, twice 400.
Next up, again, number Rima, almost 60 penny round. Give a shake on this time, £500. Don't see many of them. Parliament, 600 room, 600 round, and never against some of the lines. 700 now, never against some of the here. On the net, 78 online, never 50s down to 1, is that good, sir? 850, 850, never again 8.5. 850 in the room, 850. 850 now, 850, 9 online, 900 round, 9 bid, on the net, 9 round, 9 months. 9 round, 25, 925, and 900 bid, never again 19, 925, online, 50, 950, quicker this time, 950 says now, what size?
Next one, number 4, so Pedro's number 6, good mileage, 46,000 on the car. We're going to start with this one, 30 about 4, 40 about with the ball 5, half about 6, 7, 7 about with the 7 about, anyone else? And 7 about there. We're on sale, 7 about with the 7 about 8, 15, 8 in the room, 8 about with the bacon, about. Yes, we're online, 8 about with the box, twice 800.
And you next one, it's a little family running.
Into 66, start the entry. We're about
Cheap car that really for the mileage. The mileage is not here, but
66,000 on the car. 50s to be quick, 600, and 650 in the room, 650 in the room, 650 down to the 650, once, 650 the big car twice, and 650, provisional.
And you next one, that's in the Porsche Cayenne. We've got 15 blooded now again. Is the E-Hyper now? Any £7,000 history is in there. We're winning that. Probably better shows you'd expect. We have £200. I start at 18,000 £18,000. Any pilot, on the horseman, 87, 89, 89, 90, 91, 93, 95, 95, 95, 95, 97, 99, 99, 21, 23, 2005, 2005, never again 2007, 2007, 9, 2009, 2009, 21, 21, never again the whole sales signals if you want it. 21 free goes once and twice to the
Focus next in, so won't mind this. We're in at 5. Ooh, we're up. 7 no, that's me out. Okay, we're in. Cheap again. I've got a couple of cars now, so I couldn't really buy any more if I can help it, unless the price is so tempting. That is, it's creeping a bit now. Got one money spending on it, it's a Corsa. Nice little Fox here, but got a very, very noisy timing chain. 25. Ooh.
That's nice. Here's the Aston back in the crowd on the biggies over there. Come on now.
I'll try bidding on that, but he didn't get me bid. And in a way I'm glad actually, because I just haven't got the space for it. Where I'm going to put it, I don't know. Cheap again.
I know you guys have to play the game, so 25. How's that seated? How is that seated? Come on now, let's pick some line.
A little bit battered that was. That's the one with the sill at the bottom was welded. I mean, it's not terrible value, but it wants a lot of paint to get it right. It's just, no. There's better cars here today than that. Why is that so cheap? There we go, it's picked up now. Still a cheap car. Wow. Look at this, beautiful. Smack bang in the middle, average. Pricing. Oh, we've got a bit of that. I've not looked at it. I don't know what's wrong with it. That was cheap. That was so cheap. I didn't look at it. Didn't even look at it. They're bad merch in.
Mileage is correct, lads. Lovely low miles. On the way. 800.
That's cheap now. Come to 500 quid. It does want a lot of paint though.
75 okay, big spender. That's 679, 679, 679, 679, 679 in the rim. That's 679, 679, 79. Once and twice.
But it drives lovely though. Suzuki. Coming in, missed it earlier. 155 foul, diesel, 1.6. Sold a few of these SX4s. Seems to be good sellers. There's a little bit of paint there. Can't quite tell probably, but it has a little bit of paint. But scratched to death there. Wants a bit of paint on that door. Yeah. Taped up. Buy these online, I've changed the views of them. Would make a car again. The MOT, that's a bit worrying. I wonder if it's failed. We'll have a look, see what it does anyway.
No reserve.
Oh,
Beautiful. Right, we're going to start talking about the 2, talking about the 2, talking about the 50 in the ring, 4 in the ring. Top sale, talking about the ball.
Cheap.
Is it 425? 450?
Let him have it.
Ready, not what he says. Right, 450 pounds. Everyone else, 450 pounds, 450 once. Twice, 450.
It's cheap. Cheap. Left hooker as well. Just what you want. Left-hand drive, G-Wagon.
G-Wagon, right there on the exchange happening in Collingwood, manufacturer has 2001. Is the left-hand drive, as you can see that on the G-Wagon happening in I got 250 now increments. £20,000 will start with that. It's got £20,000 left-hand drive on the G-Wagon.
Who's in? We've got bidders. Left here. He's in it now, you're loving it. Oh, he's all over it. 'Cause I'd rather have a Range Rover, but that probably won't break down. The question that is, would you have a Defender or that? That's really what it's sort of imitating, isn't it?
Let me know. 28,250. Right, size, provisional for down the hall, 28.
Original at 28 grand. M3 coupe.
Bringing a bit back down to earth, really, after the M40 up, the overhaul by 100
petrol automatic.
Petrol, automatic, come on, somebody way we go, £300 size.
I'll have a good cat on it, Malcolm. I'll have a good cat on it.
What a state automatic.
Isn't it? Paint that black, you do body removals, couldn't you?
Take it on your lines if you want, lads. Anything else? Never on sale, going once. Never go size, so away, online.
Please, the Peugeot 777 automatic, 113 on the box, service mission is 77. Who's on the this one we are? £500, save seller, £700, £700 a day, take £100 with 9, £900 with 1,000, £1,000 with 11, about 12 back in, £1,200 with 12 £1,200 with 12 £1,200 with 12 £1,200 with 15. 13, 13, rolling set, 15, 14, 15.
Other stuff might be dropping, but
15,
automatics aren't.
15,
That's already 500 quid overbook.
Twice 15.
Still going.
He's out, 15, 15.
Right, welcome flying over the little C3, right, automatic car, go on, middle auto, £1,000 down. Category Aston, it's an auto, £1,000 down. £1,000 for the 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 £1,000 £1,000 for the bit, £1,000 for the quid. Not gonna lie, sorry.
Automatic 40 pound.
Half of the bit, now again, half of the bit, half of the bit. Cheap little auto, someone now, 6 online, sick of the bit.
I think the automatic though carries it, doesn't it?
650 bid now, 50 now, 50 some online, 700 pound, never again, 7 bid on the net, 700 pound, 50, 750, 750, on sale, 750, 7 and a half, 8 online, 8 and a half, 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 850 there, 8 and a half, 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 8 and now online once. Twice a day, 50, 30. Oh, solid stage, got 600 pounds last week.
Z-Tech S Fiesta. Not really. They want it though, they want it.
Twice, yeah, so
We're on the 136 in the M class.
Oh, this bit all boss. Big 3.7 petrol there it is. Yeah. Oh, I think diesel mount, don't we bidding on it?
Get that over, put it in the 8.
£600, thinking about the bid. Anyone else? Thinking about the bid 15, 650. The route online is in the hole. And thinking about the bid on sale. Thinking about the bid is on 50 bucks. Twice 650. S.
There's your cat in on the bump of the corner there.
Right, next one,
Lovely thing though.
right, it is the exchange item. Tell you what, you the car, middle of the day, V6, on the premium luxury, any £5 on minor, but it is a category now. B1 is a class M. As always, for the price of the product links, there's only £5 on minor, but again, so all the cities do 45 event starts. 45, 46, 46 showing the room, 46 in the bid, 6 in the bid, 46, 46, 7 in the bid, online, 8 room, 48 in the never, 8 online, 5 in the bid, 5 in the bid, 5 in the bid, 5 in the bid, 52, 54, 54, 54, never again, 54, 54, on sale, 55, 56, 56 in the bid, never, 56 in the bid, 56 in the bid, 56 in the room, on sale, around online, 56 in the bid, that one once, twice, then, 5, 6, 28 work.
Wow, right, it's going to be sold, no reserve, so I'm going to go in £25 increments, stop it, £200, oh, £300 online, thank you, £300 bid, £300 bid, £400 bid, £400 to the ball, £400, 25 to the ball now, £400, £400 to the ball, £400 to the ball down once, £400 to the ball twice, 25, $400 quarter, and $400 to the ball, $400 to the ball,
Someone who sleeps a lot, can't. That's worth that. Just plates will be worth 500 quid, isn't it? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, begin the play on the commercial. On the commercial, then begin that. Is it ready? What we got? Is it one? No, go back. Two of them. Two of them. Three of them. Three of them. Four of them. Four of them. Five of them. Five of them. 5, 6. 6 of them. 6 of them. 6, 7. 7 of them. 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 If you want it, 7 of them.
compact. That's a nice thing. Looks low on the back though. Looks low on the back. It's holding away. Another day, another dog.
Right, the auction is over, and what a day it's been. 2 wins, we'll talk about them in a sec. Just a quick reflection on the auction. Well, I tell you what, today, they were cheap, and I mean they were cheap. I've not seen them that cheap in a long time. I could have easily bought 6 or 7 today with ease, but obviously I had to stop myself really because I just haven't got the room. I'm just waiting for some more space to come along so I can hopefully try and buy some more stock. But I'm happy with the purchase I've got. Let's have a quick talk about what we won first. So we won the Peugeot 207. I'm in that now actually. We're going to do a film of that in a minute. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Nice car. 1.4 petrol, 16 valve jobby. It's got the old engine in it, which I prefer, to be honest with you. So you're on 88 thou, really nice clean thing. Yeah, so I'm really chuffed for that one. It was like just 400 quid plus the fees. That is an absolute bargain. That's going to be about the 500 quid mark out the door. So yeah, really chuffed with that car. There's definitely margin in that, and I'm hoping it drives as well as it looks. So we'll be doing a video on that one soon. We also won the Ford Focus, the estate car. A little bit of confusion in the bidding. I didn't think it was my bid, but somehow I managed to win the car. I thought I'd stopped bidding before it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. My max bid was 700 quid, and that's what we paid for it, £700 plus. Roughly off the top of my head, it's probably going to be about £870 out the door, roughly. I'll have to check the invoice, but that's roughly what it's going to be. 11 plate, it's done 130 thou, but for an 11 plate car, a little few marks on it. It wants a bit of tidying in places, but I think a few hundred quid of paint will probably put that car in a better position, make it look a bit more brighter. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Wants a good valet inside. It was mucky inside, but it will make a car again. You can make a car out of that for 860-70 quid. If I can get that under sort of £1,100, maybe £1,200 sort of total cost, so after the prepping it, I'm chuffed with that, because I think that's probably a 2,500 quid car. The mileage lets it down a little bit, 130 thou, bit high on the retail side for me. I'm going to put that on a pitch, but I mean, I like to be sort of under 120 thou, but at the moment you have to take what you can. I got dealer friends of mine who never buy a car with more than 70,000 miles. They're obviously dearer cars I'm talking about here. Even they are now having to sort of buy sort of 90,000, even 100,000 mile stuff. They're having to chance their arm with a bit more mileagey stuff. But it's all selling. Sometimes you've got to just change your ways, because if you don't, you get left behind. So we'll get that out soon. We'll do a video on that as well. I think I've got 2 good purchases there. I am really pleased with today's haul. But what I'm not so pleased with are the stuff I missed out on. The one that's kicking me is that like a ready orange C-Max. It was a Grand C-Max, 1.6 petrol. Top of my head, I think it done 113, 119,000, somewhere around there. I never looked at it, guys. The reason being, it was booking at about 2.5 grand. It was not on my radar. Didn't look at it. It's not even something I would even entertained at, because it's pretty like a 4.5 grand retail car. That's not the sort of stuff that I'm looking to buy. So I just didn't look at it. There was nothing on the sheet that would give me an indication like it was a category car or anything like that, why it might be cheaper than book. It just completely evaded me. So when it came in and all of a sudden the auctioneer goes 500 quid, I thought, well, it doesn't matter how bad it is, it's worth that. So I had a quick bid on it, but then I started to panic and think, hang on a minute, I've not looked around this car. It sounded alright, to be fairness, but I don't know if there's got any warning lights on the dash. I don't know if the opposite side was like. I don't know if on the near side it was all battered. I have no idea. I didn't know. So I've done that before, where I bought a car and I looked to the opposite side and it's badly damaged. That happened with a Mondeo we had on the channel actually. I did manage, and now in the end that didn't turn out that bad, but it's not great. You have to be but you have to be careful sometimes, guys, because you can end up in a mess if you don't look around cars properly. Like I said, it wasn't a case I just didn't want to look around it properly. I just wasn't on my radar. But I think that was cheap. It did 900 quid. If that car was half level and drove all right, that is a bargain and a half. I suppose we'll never know. There was that BMW Blue Estate as well, another car that really wasn't on my radar. To be honest with you, that was a cheap car. It looks a tidy thing, bit mileagey, but 180k up it, but looked alright to be fair. Looked a cheap thing. There was the little Suzuki SX4 diesel, that wasn't a bad little thing, wanted a little bit of trim bits on it, but I think that would have made a car. That was cheap as well. A friend of mine bought that further down. I started bidding on it, and then I was like, hang on a minute, I've already won 2 by this point, so I decided just to let him have it, to be honest with you. I mean, he probably would have carried on bidding anyway regardless, but yeah, I thought I didn't mind getting a third car today if it was so cheap that it was a no-brainer, but I didn't really want to start paying sort of, you know, the right money for stuff, if you like, because I haven't got the space. There's a little VW Fox, that might have been something I would have bought on another day, in the red, noisy timing chain on it. I actually got a Fox at the moment that I probably will do a video on, low mileage one. That one's a timing chain, that's going for a chain on Monday, so I'll see how we get on with that one. But yeah, that red one definitely wanted a chain, that was really noisy, but it was still running, so as long as it wasn't, I don't think it would have caused any damage. I think it just wanted a new chain on it, and it probably would have been alright. But I bought that on a different day, to be fair. Now, a couple of the older stuff I looked at, some sort of classic stuff, you could call it that. Well, the old Corolla did a little bit of money, but I wasn't really too interested in that, to be fair. That old Merc did its money, low mileage, only done 40k. It was scruffy though, but I mean, Mercs are like that, they do go a bit scruffy, them old Mercs. But I'm still probably driving that. I'll probably be a nice car to drive. It's just not me really. I was never a fan of that shaped Merc C-Class. But you know, I think someone makes some money out of that. Someone gets that cleaned up and that, they'll probably make some good coin out of that. With 40 odd foul, it's not going to give much jip, that car, to be fair. And lastly, the surprise of the day, a couple of them. The Fiesta at the very beginning, lot 1, I thought that was a little bit dear. This is the first one we saw. It was just a bog standard 1.4 petrol, very clean thing. Did near a grand or 1100 quid. I thought that was quite expensive for an old Fiesta. It was 57, but I thought that was a bit rich. We also had the Z-Tech S, that did good money as well. But that's a Z-Tech S, you know, you expect that to do a bit more money. So I'm pleased with my wins today. Had a good day, enjoyed myself, got out and about. Met some new people as well. A couple of shout outs, some guys came over to me and spoke to me. To one guy in particular was really nice. He's an old trader who's come up. He was just having a bit of a mooch round and sort of get back into the feel of it. Yes, we had a nice chat. I didn't catch his name, but whoever you were, nice chatting to you, by the way. But yeah, fantastic day. Thanks to Aston Barclay as well, guys. They're always on the ball, really helpful to them. They're really helpful to me. They're always helpful to all traders. Fantastic company, guys. Like I said, traders out there looking for an auction company. If you're sick of those big names messing you about, get yourself to your local Aston Barclay branch. All over the country. They've got one, let's say, they've got the Prees branch, you've got Wakefield, you've got Leeds, you've got Chelmsford, you've got Westbury, you've got Donington Park. They're pretty much covered all over England. Get yourself online. You can register online for a trade account. Get yourself set up, guys. Honestly, they're cheap. Fees are usually a lot cheaper than the big rivals, and just a decent all-round company to deal with. So check out Aston Barclay, and thank you again. Thank you also for today's sponsor, Vehicle Score. Check them out as well in the link description below. Get your free check from them. That's it, guys. Check out the part 2 of this. I did extra filming today, so there's a bit more. I'm going to do like an extra time video, if you want to call it that. I'll launch that next week, so you check that out, just to cover some other cars that we couldn't cram into this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Click that like and subscribe button so you get the latest content as it comes through. And I'll see you all very, very soon.